Here it is. Isn't it impressive? Aren't you proud of your Uncle Bob?
Well, sure, Mom, but can't he pay for it without you cutting my allowance?
Well, I cut my household allowance, too.
Don't I know it? Weenies and sauerkraut every time I come home.
Well, it's little enough to do for Bob after all he does for us. And I'm glad to do it if it's going to increase his business.
But he's a photographer. How does he use this, statistical sorter?
Well, I assume it's to keep track of the data on his clients.
Okay, Bertha, I'll see you for lunch.
Oh, hi, Miss Schultz.
Excuse me. You just caught me on a donut break.
Hey, Schultz, we want you to show us how the machine works.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Well, say the boss comes in. He says, Schultz, who do I have a date with tonight? Well, I turn on the date machine. Excuse me, Chuck. And set the day of the month.
Hold it. Date machine? You mean he got this thing to keep track of his girls?
Margaret, would you expect J. Edgar Hoover to keep the FBI records in his head?
The FBI has to keep very detailed files.
The FBI could take lessons.
Millie Davis, 5'5", 118, brown hair, brown eyes, terrific figure, favorite dinner, vichyssoise, Maine lobster, and Cherry's Jubilee. Can be put in a sentimental mood with Browning's poetry and Tchaikovsky's music. Oh, fine. For her, lobster and Tchaikovsky.
For us, weenies and sauerkraut.
Just wait till that skirt sorter shows up.
So 450 horsepower in each engine. Well, look who's here. Now, isn't this nice? You know, I don't get to see enough of my little family anymore working the way I do. Chuck, what? Why, Margaret, honey. Why, Margaret, you've lost weight. Doesn't she look marvelous, Schultz? Look at that.
Thin as a weenie.
Oh, how do you do that, sis?
I'm living on sauerkraut, so you can afford that.
You know, oh, you mean the date, or the data machine? Yeah, how are things in college, Chuck boy?
Pretty dull since my allowance was cut to help pay for that.
Oh, yeah, Chuck, don't think I don't appreciate your sacrifice. You know, in the opinion of experts, automation is the only hope of the small businessman in meeting the exacting competition in today's economy. And, of course, that's what I am, a small businessman.
One of the smallest.
Yeah, well, nice to see my little family again. Now, Uncle Bob's got to get back to work.
We want to see how the machine works.
Yeah. Well, look, Margaret, that'll take time. See, and I have appointments.
Oh, go ahead. Schultz can show us.
Yeah, okay.
But, see, actually, it's the needless use of electricity I'm trying to avoid. I'm saving pennies.
Here's a nickel. Turn it on.
Margaret.
Yeah, here's my nickel.
Great. Here I am killing myself to economize. My family throws money around like it was water. Okay, step over here, and you'll see how this statistical sorter sorts statistics. Shove the button, will you? Shove it, okay. There you are. Now you've seen what you've been helping pay for. Thanks, Schultz. Now,
Millie Davis, 5'5", 118.
Brown hair, brown eyes, terrific figure.
Can you put in a sentimental mood with Browning's poetry?
Favorite dinner, vichyssoise, Maine lobster, and Cherry's Jubilee.
what do you think you're doing? Schultze's gone to great pains to accumulate this information. And thanks to her research, I'll be able to photograph this girl with understanding and intelligence.
Photograph?
Yes, photograph. Oh, Schultze, I see you've even noted that she can be put in the mood to pose with the classical music and sentimental poetry.
Maine lobster and Cherry's Jubilee.
Temperament must be catered to, Margaret. Thank you, Schultze. Very good job. Very thorough.
How about a bonus?
Here's a dime. When is my sitting with this girl?
You're sitting with this girl tonight.
Since when do you take pictures at night?
Margaret, a conscientious photographer is exactly like a doctor. On call 24 hours a day. Always ready. Always the man...
Read about?
Always. Guess we can get those close shots today now, honey.
Y'all's the doctor.
See? Y'all can call me Doc now.
Oh, let's tell him that we know he's using the machine to keep track of his dates and demand our money back.
No, he'll hang himself. All we have to do is give him enough rope.
Let's give him sauerkraut.
Oh, good night.
Off to work?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Margaret, don't wait up for me. I'll be working till goodness knows when.
Can't you have dinner with us?
Well, I'd love to.
It's weenies and sauerkraut.
Yes, I knew that upstairs, Chuck.
Don't you like it?
Oh, yes, I like it. I love it. It's very nourishing and delicious. It's just that I don't have time, Margaret.
But you have to eat.
Well, I'll have a sandwich while I'm working.
Oh, Bob, I just hate to see you drive yourself this way.
Well, we've got to keep a roof over our heads, food on the table, contribute to Chuck's education.
Oh, I'll help you tonight, Uncle Bob. That ought to contribute to my education. I can learn about photography.
Oh, yes, that's true, Chuck, you could. But see, I don't need any help with what I'm going to do tonight. Yeah, I mean, I have only one appointment, Miss Davis.
It won't pay you to open the studio. Why don't you cancel it?
Margaret, would a doctor refuse to open an operating room merely because only one patient needed attention?
Oh, I see. A conscientious photographer.
Right. You hit it. That's right.
Too bad you don't have more appointments now that you have the statistical sorter to keep track of them.
The what? Oh, you mean the electric... Yeah. Well, I only wish I had a dozen like Millie. I mean, like Miss Davis. And with the help of automation, I may build quite a clientele.
I'd say your clientele is pretty well built now.
No, Margaret, it's all right, honey. I like a little joke as well as the next fella. And if you ever have another one as little as that, save it for the next fella.
Well, I'll call you later at the studio.
At the studio?
Isn't that where you'll be working?
Oh, you mean at the studio?
Naturally.
Naturally, yeah. Studio. Millie, bonsoir.
Don't bonsoir me. You promised me we'd have a big evening.
Now, Millie, honey, we are going to have a big evening.
Oh, here? What are we going to do? Peel flash bulbs?
Close your eyes.
What?
Close your eyes. And keep them closed. Don't open now. Voila, mademoiselle.
Bob. Oh, Bob. Oh, it's charming.
You like it?
Oh, I think it's simply... Yes, but why here?
Because I want you all to myself.
Oh.
I can't stand the torture of other men looking at you, devouring you with their covetous eyes. Millie, let's make this our night. Just you and me and the music.
Oh, you remembered I like Tchaikovsky.
Oh, yes. And orchids and candlelight and wine. And vichyssoise and Maine lobster and cherries jubilee. And this. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. I love thee to the depth and breadth and height my soul can reach. When feeling out of sight for the ends of being, I need.
Bob, I'm just weak.
I love thee to the level of every day's most precious.
Said he took pictures at night. He didn't really mean it. Oh, yes, he did. He didn't know he meant it, but I saw to it that he did. Just like he didn't know he's going to eat wieners and sauerkraut tonight, but he is. I'm so sure he's here. The lights are on. That could be the cleaning woman.
You see, even the beauty of this rare orchid is dimmed by your loveliness.
If that's a cleaning woman, they've got a sensational union. I know. Get some water. What? Water, quick. It won't light without a flame.
You keep looking at me like that and it might.
delicious.
It's smooth, isn't it?
Bob, may I hear that beautiful poetry again?
Oh, yes, of course.
Puts me in such a sentimental mood.
Yes, I know. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways.
What is this stuff? I don't know, but it's expensive. Steady.
Height my soul can reach. When feeling out of sight to the ends of being.
Maybe we'd better eat.
I love thee to the level. Yeah, I think we'd be better.
What kind is it?
This is Rhine wine. They must have bottled it out of the river.
Margaret, are you feeling that wine?
No.
Me neither.
What did you say?
Me neither.
That's incorrect. It's neither.
I don't know if you want to get Oxford about it.
Awfully mild, isn't it?
Yeah, it quenches your thirst, though. You know, 52 must have been an awfully wet year.
Oh, no more for me. I'm beginning to feel it.
Really?
And I wouldn't want to have too much.
No, I wouldn't want you to. Shall we?
I think that's all the wine we're going to get. How about some lobster?
Dorrit?
Sorry, kids. Waiters and sauerkraut are moving in. You'll have to vacate the premises.
Their lease has a tricky clause.
Bob, I just have to say it again. This vichyssoise is marvelous.
Wait till you taste the lobster. It was flown all the way from Maine and prepared just the way you like it.
What a memory. It's been months since our last date. How can you remember everything?
You underestimate the impression you made.
If I made such a big impression, why haven't you called me?
Well, my heart's called you 1,000 times. But I'm trapped in the whirlpool of economic competition.
Oh, poor Bob. You work so hard. Why don't we have it with the lobster?
The lobster?
Boy, wieners and sauerkraut really let you know they're here, don't they?
Did you say the lobster was flown here from Maine?
Yeah. You think maybe it hitchhiked?
If it did, it didn't catch a ride.
It's probably just a very unusual sauce. I'm sure it's beautiful. Voila, mademoiselle.
Weenies and sauerkraut.
Yes. Excuse me.
What's that, Doc?
Look here. Would you kindly return my props? It is extremely difficult to photograph weenies and sauerkraut and make it look like Maine lobster, especially in color.
Bob, what's going on?
Oh, if you'll please just forgive the interruption, Millie. When my playful sister leaves, we'll be able to finish the nightclub pictures.
Pictures? Listen, now what is all
Now,
this?
Millie, honey, Margaret, it seems to me when I'm working night and day like this, the least you could do is to help, not hinder.
Oh, I'll be glad to help. Can I find your camera so you can take pictures?
Well, up to now, I haven't needed it.
You're telling me.
Margaret.
Somebody, please tell me what's going on
Now,
around
you
here.
see, you've upset her temperament.
Well, play her some poetry. You said that put her in the mood to pose.
Margaret.
Pose for what?
Millie.
Your pictures. Didn't he tell you what you're here for?
Margaret, would you just leave?
Bob, is that why I'm here?
Millie, would you just sit down?
He needs it to pay for his statistical sorter. For his what? Well, you see, he keeps statistics on all you girls and what you like you like lobster and
Hands off me, you big phony.
I don't want any of your Rhine water.
Yeah, but honey, listen. This is the poetry
Leading out of
that always
sight
makes
to the ends of being. I love you to the level of every day's most
Morning, Uncle Bob.
Oh, morning, Chuck.
What happened to your nose?
A girl sicked her lobster on me.
You don't want to tell, huh?
That's right. That's right.
Well, as a medical student, I can tell you it'll heal better without tape on it.
How about without skin on it?
That's something else I can tell you. The best way to remove tape is by one quick jerk.
Well, I wish you hadn't been so quick. Wait a minute. What's in that pot?
Oatmeal.
Oh, okay. Where was your mother this morning?
I think she went shopping.
Oh.
You going to work again tonight, Uncle Bob?
Why?
Well, I thought if you were, I could help you. Mom said she helped you last night.
I don't need any more help like I got from your mother last night.
Well, I got my own idea on how to help you and make a little spending money, too.
Well, what is that, Chuck?
I'll solicit business, and you pay me a commission for every new customer I get. I bet I can find a lot of people who want their pictures taken just at college alone.
Hey, Chuck, that's the kind of help I need. How much commission would you want, Chuck boy?
Oh, heck, Uncle Bob. I'd have to leave that up to you. I'm no businessman. I'm just a college kid trying to pick up a little date money.
Of course you are. All right, Chuck, what do you say to a couple of bucks for each new customer?
Well, if you don't mind, here's a counter proposition. A base pay of $2.50 per new customer.
All right, Chuck boy.
Plus an override of 5% when the proofs are selected.
Okay.
With an escalator commission clause to cover cost of living rises, plus fringe benefits, an expense account, bonus for cash deals, and residuals on repeat customers.
Just a college kid picking up a little date money, huh?
Yeah.
Who do you date, Gloria Vanderbilt?
Well, what do you say to the deal?
I'd have to have a lawyer draw up a contract for a thing like that.
Oh, that won't be necessary. Just sign right here, Uncle Bob.
You're no businessman like DuPont is no businessman.
Oh, morning, boss.
Oh, hi, Schultz. Hey, who have I got a date with tonight?
I'll tell you in just a minute.
Margaret. Margaret, this machine is not for public use.
I'm a stockholder, Buster.
Look, if you just...
Dennis Tunnel, 5'4", 112, honey blonde, green eyes.
Margaret.
Favorite sport, ice skating.
If you'll just...
Weakness.
Well, I'll be sorry. I never noticed that. Schultz, I've got a
You're opening
photograph...
the operating room for one patient again, Doctor.
I'm gonna photograph this girl on location tonight.
What location?
In an ice skating rink. You don't think I'm going to flood the studio and freeze it, do you?
Well, it was cool enough in there last...
Never mind that.
Hey, Uncle Bob. Hi, Mom. Miss Schultz. Uncle Bob, I've already got 5 new customers.
Good work, Chuck. Good work, boy.
That's $12.75 you owe me.
Okay. Say, Chuck, when... Wait a minute, Chuck. 5 times 2.5, that's $12.50.
Yeah, well, I just heard the 10 o'clock news. The cost of living has gone up. The escalator clause?
Are you soliciting customers for your Uncle Bob?
Yeah.
Yes, he is, Margaret, and that's the kind of help I really need. I'm very proud of you, Chuck. Very proud.
Can I have 50% in advance?
Okay.
What are the names, Chuck?
Well, it's the college basketball team. There's Joe Depew, Stretch Reed, Tex Baker, Sid Garfield.
Chuck, I'm sorry. The college basketball team, that's a group shot. So you only got the commission for 1 customer. See, that's 2.5.
You haven't read the fine print in the contract.
Well, I haven't signed the contract.
I'll settle for 2.5.
What time can they be here?
Well, they're playing at SC tonight. They could come here before the game.
How'd 6:30 be for you, boss?
6:30's okay for me. Excuse me, I got some work to do.
What were those names again, Chuck?
Well, there's Joe Depew, Stretch Reed, Tex Baker, Sid Garfield, and Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, his name is Art Monroe, but he's from Maryland, so we call him Marilyn Monroe.
This will only take a few minutes.
Well, Bob, what do y'all have to do?
Just take a picture, that's all.
Take a picture?
Honey.
When you said stop by the office,
Listen, this is a favor from my nephew. I got to take a picture of his basketball team.
Basketball? Well, look, I'm hungry.
Baby, I know that. It'll only
gonna sit
take
there while
5
you're-
minutes. Just 5 minutes, that's all.
Are you
It-
kidding? Y'all took 2 hours to photograph me
Yeah,
yesterday.
but baby, you're not a basketball team.
Oh, nuts to this. You should have told me you had to work. Besides, you promised me a big evening, and I'm not going to... oh, Bob. My weakness.
Oh, really? Now, will you come in and wait for me?
Yes.
I'll cut that 5 minutes down to 3.5. Wait a minute. Hold it. What is
What's
this?
that number one?
Chuck, will you put a...
Customers, Uncle Bob. Mom's been helping me all day. Boy, you owe us a fortune.
Yeah, no more wieners and sauerkraut for us.
Look, madam, there must be some mistake.
Here are the
Please.
statistics on her. Laurel Ann Conway, 2'1", 37 pounds. Honey blonde, blue eyes, weakness, lollipop. Can be put in a sentimental mood with a lullaby.
Rock-a-bye.
Bob.
Yeah, goodbye, honey. Oh, no, Janice, wait a minute. Look, somebody kiss her on the back of the neck.